This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
Hey there, everyone. This is your host, Phil, and welcome back to our show. Our next guest joining us today is Judy Tarasek, who's based out of Medford, New York, and she's the owner and dog trainer at Positively Pet Partners. How are you today?
Good. I don't mean to correct you, but it's Tarasek.
Oh, sorry about that. All right. Well, tell us a little bit more about your business and what you're offering here.
Okay. Well, hi. How you doing today? About my business, I'm a positive reinforcement trainer, and I'm certified, which means that I've taken all the pertinent tests for certification. And I offer both basic and advanced obedience training, as well as behavior modification, which consists of socializing your dog and things like working to reverse resource guarding and nipping and jumping.
Okay, and how long have you been doing this for?
I'll be in business 14 years come next March.
Oh, excellent. So tell us more about the process. Like, how does it work when you're working with these people and their dogs?
Well, what I do is I work with clients one-on-one. I have them come to my location, and we get together. I usually like to invite not only one person, but if it's a family, I like to have them bring along, the wife, the kids, so that everybody's exposed to the training at the same time as possible. I use positive reinforcement training and consistency. So that's one of the things that I stress when I do training. And what I do is I work to create a connection with my client as well as with my client and their dog. So by doing this, I hope to help my client create a closer relationship and a better understanding of their dog. And training is much more than just, rattling off commands. It's expecting a dog to respond to them. My goal is to help my client not only teach their dog how to respond to commands, but to gain a better understanding of canine behavior and how to work with this knowledge. So in this respect, I think my training methods may be unique in the industry.
Okay. And what kind of led you towards this whole career path? What got you started with this?
Well, I've always been an animal lover, and two specific things steered me towards this. First of all, I adopted my first rescue dog, and I started working with him, and I really enjoyed doing it. And he was a 4-year-old Yorkie. He had no training whatsoever. And I had talked to trainers, and I really got involved in methodology. I thought it was very interesting because it is a science. And also, what I decided to do to get more experience was I began volunteering at my local animal shelter, and I saw the need for dogs to be trained there to make them more adoptable. So that's when I decided to actually go to school and get formal training to become a dog trainer.
Okay, sounds good. Well, anything else you want our listeners to know, or anything else you'd like to leave us with?
Well, I always like people to understand that there's no bad dogs, only bad owners, and that it's very important to start working with your dog. If you get a puppy, to start working with the puppy as soon as possible once the puppy is fully vaccinated. They're 3-4 months old. It's not too soon to start training. It's really important to get them going. The other thing is socialization. Exposing your dog or your puppy to all different situations, different people, taking them out places so that they're not afraid of people, and have people, come up to them, talk to them, pet them. That's really, really important, and that's early, especially with certain breeds like working dogs, like, for instance, Rottweilers. They need socialization, at a very young age. Otherwise, they can tend to guard their owners. So that's really important. And, the other thing is when you do training, it's not just that you have a client come to your home and you work with them for that hour or whatever, a period of time you've assigned to the training session. What's important is to then assign them homework. So I assign homework to my clients, and I make sure that I tell them to work with their dog and train their dog at least 30 minutes a day minimum, possible, more if possible. They have the time, but I like them to do that. So again, I mentioned before about the consistency. So they get the consistency going. They do it every single day. They learn how to give the commands. The dog starts to understand, and within a week, like what I usually do is I schedule sessions, a week apart. If my client follows my instructions and works with their dog, I see improvement in 1 week.
All right, love to hear it.
So that's really, really important. And again, developing a relationship. I always tell my clients that, you have to really get to know your dog, understand your dog, and kind of become one with that dog. And then you'll start seeing results. I think that's very, very important. And my results really work. I have people that are very, very happy with the training. And also the fact that I'm a positive reinforcement trainer. I don't use any aversive methods. I don't use any type of punishment when I train dogs, and people are very open to that. They don't want to use those aversive methods anymore that, with old-fashioned training methods, people don't want to do that anymore. So I find that positive reinforcement training is something that people are very open to, and they really like it.
Okay. Well, Judy, what's the easiest way that we could contact you here or find out more about everything?
Well, I have a website. It's positivelypetpartners.com. I have all the information on the website that I just mentioned. People can contact me on the website. I have a contact page there. They can enter all their contact information, their phone number, etc. I will get back to them. Or they can call me at 631-698-4920. That's my business line. I'll get text messages there, so I just want people to know that. That's strictly for calls. And if I'm not there, just leave me a message. And my hours are 12 to 5, Monday through Saturday, closed on Sunday.
Okay.
Well, and one more thing before I forget. I also do Zoom sessions. So if you're not in the Medford, Long Island area, but you have some issues that you'd like to discuss, I also do Zoom sessions.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you again for joining us today. It was a pleasure chatting with you here.
Same here. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Take care, okay?
Thank you. Bye-bye.
The rest of our listeners, stay right here. We'll be right back after this short break.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.